Hey everybody, it's Adrian Cox here, Buffet Crampon Artist, Vandoren Artist. I asked you to ask me any questions you might have regarding clarinet playing, any little tips, any little things that can help you. And I agreed that I would do some videos and just tell you my approach to it. Of course, there's not one approach that is everybody's approach, but it's my personal approach. So Scotty in New Zealand, I remember meeting you in New Zealand. I hope you're well. We've got some exciting news. We're coming back to New Zealand. But you were asking in your question about intonation and tuning and things like that. Now, I am a firm believer in practicing long notes. So first thing with the instrument in the morning, for when I pick up the clarinet, is maybe 10 seconds on each. And so on. What I'm trying to do there is get the column of air. When I mean by column of air, I mean a constant flow, all being the same. I'm not thinking about this going, everything must be like this, but trying to make the column of air that's going down the clarinet exactly the same, and to create the same sound, same warmth within the note that I'm blowing, the same volume, and just trying to keep it all very even. And that carries on throughout the instrument. So when I'm playing, going between those two notes, I'm not having to go. You know, there's no variation within how hard I'm blowing. Everything is very much at the same, as if I was going. Like everything's at the same level. I'm not having to change the amount of air that I'm putting down the instrument. So ways to improve that I've found, and from talking to other people about, you know, and trying to go back into the early mindset of when I started playing. And I get this a lot from practicing in hotels. Because I practice in hotels a lot, practicing very quietly, because I can come back after a gig or before a gig for a concert. I'm going to be practicing extremely quiet, keeping everything very quiet. So. And the purpose of that is, one, not to wake up the neighbours in the hotel room, but just also it gets everything about my playing used to playing at that very, very quiet, level. And once you can get things in a quiet level, then you can start working on putting a bit more volume in it. So if you're able to, you know what you want the sound of that to be. So you add a little bit more, we want a bit more volume out of it. So what you're finding there is that you're getting more volume by adding a bit more breath to the thing, putting more into the sound. And if you just keep practicing that, practice, what you will find is eventually when you're playing louder, that column of air will become familiar to you. So it's like, I know that I want it to be this loud, so I put in this amount of effort. Or quietly. And so if you're practicing at these different levels, what you are going to find is that you will also get used to knowing what the note should sound like. You should know the tuning of the note. You know that an F sounds like this, whether you're playing, it still sounds the same, so the intonation doesn't go. So if you practice extremely quiet, when you start introducing a bit more of air down the instrument, the actual note becomes easier to form. So And so what you will find is that over time, practicing quietly will really, really improve your playing when you are playing louder and putting more air down the instrument. I hope that's helpful for you, Scotty, and we will be in New Zealand in April of next year, so keep an eye out for that. All right, folks, I will be answering more questions, so thanks for that one, Scotty. Cheers, bye-bye.